eBay returns supposed to be in some kind of outside packaging before they're returned? Let's talk about it. Happy Friday, Madcap Toys fans. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you've had a fantastic week so far and things have been going well for you. But before we begin, if you haven't already, all right, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. I know, what about that intro, right? It should be not rocket science. It should be just plain and simple. If you have received as an eBay buyer an item that either it's a remorse buy or even is not as described, if you don't like it, either utilize the outside packaging that it's already in, right? Or go to Walmart, go wherever you need to go, office supply store, get like-minded packaging, maybe a box or a mailer, whatever you need, put it back in, put the label on, and ship it back to the seller, right? Sounds simple. Why this is coming up is because I was in the social media groups, right, with the reselling groups and all that. And it's not a funny thing because I know as an eBay seller, there has been some crazy things that have happened in the past on returns, whether they're remorse or not, that just can be aggravating. But I noticed that there was an eBay seller that had sold a little tiny item and they had it in a plastic little cubby like that, just a little place. And I'm sure they put it in a regular cardboard box, shipped it to the buyer. Well, I don't know, again, if the buyer had remorse or what it was all about, but they wanted to return it. But they returned it without a box, without a poly mailer bag, without anything. They just had the little claw plastic that was in, that was casing the looked like a little tiny toy, slapped a label on the plastic, again, no box, no nothing, and shipped it back to the seller. And, the seller took a picture of it and said, I've had returns in the past, but that is crazy. What should I do about it? But at first I wanted, well, oh man, let me show them the picture without showing any, information, name information, all of that. But I was like, no, because really, to be honest with you, it would be a detriment, because, it is upsetting when sellers receive, including myself, when eBay sellers receive something that wasn't returned back the way it needed to be, especially if it came all the way back without packaging. I am super surprised. Maybe I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised that USPS, and these kind of places did not have a hissy fit and send it back to the buyer because it wasn't in packaging. I mean, I'm surprised. They actually took the item and actually shipped it to, back to the seller just like that. I'm just shocked, I guess. Should I be shocked? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But, yeah, so it's really weird. He was like, what should I do in the sense of, the toy is intact. It looks okay. But, this is ridiculous about just putting, a label on a little, I call it a clamshell plastic that he had put it in with no box, no nothing. What do you think about that? Would you give back a full refund on something like that to the buyer? Would you do 50% because it wasn't in original packaging, considered original condition? I'm going to let you answer that. Let me know in the comments below. But I just seen that issue. Isn't it funny that there's no consideration a lot of times on the buyer's side to be able to return it? Now, most of the time here at Madcap Toys, our returns are most likely decent. I've not had anything, knock on veneer, anything too out of hand, with that. Most of the time they return it in the same box, retape it, leave our thank you note in there and then ship it right back. But yeah, that one was a shocker to me. So I wanted to bring it to your attention. Have you ever received an item as an eBay seller from a buyer that somehow came back with no packaging but a label? Again, it blows my mind. I'm glad this is for a Friday video because it kind of reflects on the weekend. you know, what is a seller supposed to do? How did that even happen? So just let me know in the comments below if you've ever had an experience like that or had seen it and what you would do about it. I would love to hear from you. So we're hitting the weekend, Friday. I've got a couple things to do. My third granddaughter is having an eight-year-old birthday. So happy birthday, Peyton, this weekend. So going to Urban Air with her and her dad and sister for that. But I just wanted to reach out and kind of see how things, you know, were going with you today, and also share with you the 15 items that we have sold on Madcap Toys. I've got to admit, though, it has been quite slow this week on sales. I'm not going to be the YouTube reseller that says life is a bunch of cherries and candy and lollipops and chocolates. We have had sales today. We have had sales even on Macari. But we just have not had the normal sales, and it has been down. It's been dry. I don't know if it's because this weekend, fall will be here on Saturday, tomorrow, or there's a lot of festivals. There's festivals here. There's a festival this weekend in our own town, the Apple Butter Festival. So I don't know what's going on. If that's it, people are just kind of yard selling, wrapping up, kind of enjoying the weather, all of that. But it just seems to be pretty on the slow side. But we're still listing. We're still getting things repictured. We're taking things from the death pile and getting it pictured. So we're doing what we can do. We're also, if you haven't seen it already, we're putting out shorts every day, 7 days a week on toys and media that we're listing. So keep eye on those. And just different things that we do around here in the Christmas cottage area. So keep up watching that, and just listing on our other sites. We're just still doing it. We're still just creating the motions and going from that point, because at this point, guys, as eBay sellers, that's all we can do at this point. So let's get to it. 15 sales, Madcap Toys, and got some stuff happening here. Oh, I just noticed I had a missed call, but it was from yesterday. There you go. Probably already took care of it now. All right, so lots of stuff around the board on the things I'm sharing today. Lots of different things. Holiday stuff, coins, good coins. Media, of course, and some other things. So the very first one that we got is from 2002, Simple Plan. This is a CD. And this one was found, of course, in our media area in the shed. And I am getting to the point where I'm getting some room, so you can kind of see me a little bit closer in the camera, where I'm making more and more room to be able to put these on shelves. It's making it fantastic, especially with the weather coming and so forth. So doing some good stuff there. This CD sold for $4.98 plus shipping to boot. Love that. I think Daren got a deal on that one. And next up, we sold a DVD. Yes, I think I talked about this a few videos ago. We received from a thrift store that we purchased a bunch of media on, that they called us and said, help us. We don't want to put these out. Will you, what will you give us for this? So we had received a whole box, literally a whole box, and we still have, I'd say about maybe 7 or 8 of these left, I think, of all the seasons, of BBC Last of the Summer Wine. And we sold another one of these 2-disc set from 2003. And this sold for $6 plus ship. So normally we try to sell DVDs around $6.99 and up, depending on how good they are. But this particular season, note that if you do sell media Last of the Summer Wine, you can almost get a little higher premium on, because they are in demand. So keep in mind if you have those in your reseller hub for sure. And next up, we sold some Halloween accessory makeup, if you want to call it. Hollywood Film Quality FX Transfers Exit Wound. Ooh, Exit Wound. Latex free. And we had 2 of these, but we are now sold out of this particular item. Found in the Halloween tote, and this one sold for $5.89 plus ship. I think I did a little bit of a discount there, maybe about 10%. But yeah, I still have a whole tub of Halloween makeup and costumes and things, and ready to move those on and get some more newer things there. So happy about that. And next up, we sell coins here, especially the very nice slabs that Daren receives. And this one was from NGC, already had received positive feedback on this one. This one is the 1882 O over S. Silver Morgan dollar, certified, of course. AU 55, which AU stands for about uncirculated there. And this one sold for $151.98 plus ship. That was a really, really good sale. I was happy about that. That was found in the desk, the coin desk that we have. And next up, again, as you notice, still continuing, BBC Last of the Summer Wine. This one is also from 1986, so in the 80s, 1986 to 1989. Of course, we're growing back a little bit on the years there. But it was put out in 2011, 2-disc set. It was holiday special, so someone wanted to get the holiday special scenes there. And this one sold pretty good, $8 plus ship for a used DVD. Love the fact that we're getting really good. So for something that I thought was going to be a downer when receiving it, just because I wasn't educated in it at that moment, now know that if I see these again, I'm going to be a little bit happy because these are doing pretty good for used DVDs and the price. So just keep that in mind. And next up, from a Target palette, Fashion Forms Women's Reusable Full Figure Gel Petals. One size fits most. Found on River Shelf 2. And these sold for $8.99 plus ship. Very, very nice for something I paid a couple bucks for. Love that. Maybe even only $1 if it was in a clothing palette. Next up, more coins. 1915D is in Denver. Silver barber quarter, average circulated. It was in Coin Album 6, and Daren already received positive feedback for this one. And it sold for $12.55 plus ship. So silver seems to be, doing its fluctuations, but I feel like it's been increasing in spot price here and there. So every time Daren asks what the silver spot price is for today, I usually try to keep up in my mind and try to see how it's fluctuating. I can remember a time, and this was literally 15, a little as 15, maybe close to 20 years ago, Daren and I could buy silver spot price for only $3.89 an ounce. I know you can't do that today, but man, if you could only go back in time, buy up all this silver and gold and be able to sell it today, well, we would be filthy rich, right? But yeah. So, times change and of the essence, but, silver prices is still continuing to rise there. And we sold a toy, of course, at Madcap Toys. Of course, we always like to keep on hand Jurassic World, Jurassic Park dinos, scenes and the like. I know you can't see behind the camera, but we have the monster shelf right here, and it has shelves full of those, and we like to keep those in stock. Daren and I have also been talking about we need to get the new reimagined Jurassic World series in around Christmas time, because that's going to be the things that people will like to see that are newer. Of course, everybody's going to still enjoy the older series as collectors, but children would like the newer series because that's what they know, right? It's what they see in media, commercials, etc. 2021 Jurassic World Dominion, I hope I don't butcher this, Quetzalcoatlus dinosaur. Did pretty good. Found in the shed. And this one sold for $17.98 plus ship. Very good there. And more media. This was found in, of course, in our media area too. 2003 Walking Across Egypt family TV show. It's a DVD, of course. And this one sold really good for $5.98 plus ship. Wow, we're coming up with another one again. I'm telling you guys, these are selling good. Another DVD of BBC Last of the Summer Wine again. This one was from 1985. I know we had a string of them going boom, boom, boom at this moment. And this one's also a 2-disc set and sold for regular price. $6.99 plus ship. We did really good on that thrift box. Very, very well. Pleased about that. And next up, we found this G.I. Joe Classified series. See a little, you might not be able to see it if you look down. There's a little empty spot there. That's where the G.I. Joe Classified Series action figure was. It was on Daren's shelf 5. And this is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Wave 3 Snake Eyes 6-inch action figure. Again, you can see it missing from down there, so we gotta fill back up, put something else there, right? And this one sold for $19.07 plus ship. And next up, we always find things in Amazon mystery boxes. This in particular was a massager from 2022. Portable cordless. We have one more available. This one sold for $19.95 plus ship. So usually in an Amazon mystery box, average price, I think, paying for items ranged anywhere from $2 to $4 or so. So definitely flip that one for a profit. Very good. And then next up, I feel like I've talked about this particular DVD in a few videos ago. We had more than one, so I probably did. Already positive feedback. My Life is Murder Series 2 DVD from 2021 from Lucy Lawless, well known for Xena the Warrior Princess. Positive feedback given. This one sold really good for $11.87 plus ship. So I think I sold one at Madcap Toys Plus probably the week before that. So I knew I had more than one available. And lovely. Publishing company. If you guys don't already know, but if you'll see on social media, I'm a published author. And so I always get phone calls or emails of these companies wanting to publish more of my books, or they want me to buy more of my books to sell. So there it is. Sorry about that, guys. All right, next up. I thought I had my volume down. I guess it didn't. Yeah, we got a bunch of these at a yard sale, which I was happy about, but also scared because we didn't have the means to test them. However, even though we didn't have the means to test them, my youngest son, hey Justin, if you're watching, did have the means to test them. So he was a blessing. Took all the ones that we had, went through and tested them all, and gave us thumbs up for all of them but 2, and we pitched those, right? And this was one of the ones that worked great. 2004 Game Boy Advance Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors video game was found in Daren's coin box. We had a bunch of these in a nice clear plastic bag. There it is, that we stored. And we gave a little bit of a premium there, just a little bit. They asked for an offer and we took it to move because we have so many. $9.27 plus ship. Boy, they do good. Not only do they leave you a message, but they also send you an email at the same time. It's amazing. It's towards the end of the month. That's why. They need that money. And lastly, our 15th one sold a video game, Xbox. The old Xbox. 2006 Xbox Electronic Arts NBA Live. This was found in the media shelf over there. I think we got a bunch of these again from a pick, a find, etc. It was in a pile. And this video game sold for $5.98 plus shipping to boot. So yeah, those are the 15 items we sold on Madcap Toys. But what do you guys think though? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would even have the heart or the means or even the mindset if I bought something and it wasn't, either it was wrong or it wasn't what I thought, or if it was something that was not as described. Even so, my mindset is either A, if the packaging is still good enough as far as the outside box or what have you, to put it back in the same, wrap it up nice and neatly the way it was, and ship it back to the original owner, the seller. Or if it wasn't, the box wasn't in good shape on the outside, to have something similar, even if I wasn't an eBay seller, and then be able to ship it back that way. Where does the mindset lie if a person, I'm not saying a buyer, but a person would ship something back without any outside packaging. It just blows my mind. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I don't have too much else to say. I still got to put some stuff on. I've listed some today. I've been doing some shorts, did this video, and I do need to find some items. There's some items that have trickled in today that I want to get out before the weekend, so I'm going to get to that and just clear some things up for the week. But you guys have been fantastic, and until next time, bye-bye.